Hello everybody, getting ready to do lesson 8.4 part 2 of pre-algebra math today. And for 8.4 part 2, slope of a line, we got 30 points here on your class worksheet. And you got 15 points that go into your notebook for this lesson, so I'll have that out. And let's go right into today's bell work here. Students and teachers, find the intercept of the equation's graph. 2x minus y equals 2. Find the intercepts here. Then graph the equation. And then down here, 9x plus 2y equals 18. Find the intercepts of the equation's graph. Then graph the equation, okay? So we're going to give you 5 minutes, students, to do this. So teachers and students, 5 minutes. See you in 5. Okay, everybody, welcome back for today's Bellwork solutions. And for our number 1 Bellwork here, 2x minus y equals 2. So the x-intercept is 1 here. When y equals 0, 2x equals 2, so x will equal 1. So right here is your x-intercept here at 1, 0. And then the y-intercept, when x equals 0, y equals negative 2, which is down here. So this is your y-intercept, this is your x-intercept, and then you draw your line through here, and then there's your graph for number 1. For number 2 down here, you have 9x plus 2y, so when y equals 0, x equals 2, so here's your x-intercept down here. And then your y-intercept over here, when x equals 0, y equals 9. So here's your y-intercept up here. You have a negative slope here for number 2 on your Bellwork. So that's what they should look like. For our lesson today, we're going to go right into example 3, 0 and undefined slope. Find the slope of the line shown. So we have a slope right here of 1, 3, and then 4, 3. So what is the slope of this horizontal line? So we have rise over run, m equals rise over run, difference of y over difference of x. We have 0 over 3, we have 0. So the slope of this line here would be 0 by using our slope formula. 3 minus 3, 3 minus 3 over 4 minus 1. So we have 0 over 3, which equals 0. So the slope of a horizontal line will be 0. Okay, that's good. And let's go on to another example here. Find the slope of the line shown. So now we have a slope like this. 2, 3, and then 2, negative 1. So what would be the slope of this vertical line? So we have rise over run. We have 3 minus the negative 1, 3 minus the negative 1 over 2 minus 2. So now we have a 0 on our denominator. So this is undefined because we cannot divide by 0. So the slope of a vertical line will be undefined by definition. So let's go into our guided practice here. We have two ordered pairs here of negative 7, 4. And then 5 and 4. So find the slope of the line through the given points. Tell whether the slope is positive, negative, 0, or undefined. So what would this be here? And then students down here, you have your independent practice down here, 6, 3, and 6, negative 1. But we're going to do this one right here. So negative 7 and 4, 5 and 4. So what is the slope of these two ordered pairs? So our slope is m equals rise over run, difference of y. So here's our difference of y. And we have 4 minus 4 over 5 minus the negative 7. So we have 0 over 12. So the slope here is 0. So this would be a horizontal line here. So when x equals negative 7, y equals 4, then when x equals 5, y equals 4. So we have a horizontal line here, negative 7 and then 5 way over here. So this horizontal line. Let's go into another example here. Interpreting slope as the rate of change. The graph shows the distance traveled by a wakeboarder as a function of time. So here is a graph here of a wakeboarder as a function of time. The slope of the line gives a wakeboarder speed. So we have speed here that's increasing, which is the rate of change in distance traveled with respect to time. Find the wakeboarder's speed. So we need to find the speed here. We have a ordered pair here of 252, and then 7, and then 182. So with that there, we should have slope. So 252, and then 7 up here, then 182 to find the slope of the line. So here's our 252 point, and then here's our 182 point over here. So we have that. So we have these two data points here. So our slope is difference of y over difference of x. So we have 182 minus 52 over 7 seconds minus 2 seconds. So this is 130 over 5 seconds, which is 26 feet per second, is our extrapolation from this graph here. 26 feet per second. So the wakeboarder's speed is 26 feet per second, thanks to this graph here. So now we have horseback riding. A riding instructor takes students on mountain trails. The instructor wants to avoid steep trails. On the steepest part of a trail, A, the path rises 15 feet over a horizontal distance of 50 feet. So what do we do with that? So for part A up here, trail A, M equals rise over run, which is 15 over 50. 15 feet over 50, which is 0.3, which simplifies to 3 over 10. So we have a 0.3 rise over run slope here. Okay, so slope, define slope, students, on your class worksheet. Well, this is actually on your notebook. This goes in your notebook. Define slope, and then define rise. Students, in your notebook, I do notebook checks. So define slope and define rise, and that's 10 points. And then define run. What is run? And that should be in your notebook. When I do my notebook check, I want you to have a good definition here of run. And that is 8.4, Part 2, Pre-Algebra Math today. Animate PowerPoint Math video, AOL.com for questions or course materials. Thank you very much.